Hello, so this video's about a game called Receiver and the Humble Bundle giving it away for free. Now I looked at it and it's a shooter, so I thought, right, let's give it a try. Now I've played this for about 3 or 4 hours and I still don't really get what this game is about. Now it turns out this game was made as a project, so they had 7 days to build it, and it has the most weird gun handling that you'll ever come across in a game, I think. It also has a slight issue where there are no key bindings actually in the game. The only way you can tell what the keys are to control it is from the loader. So I hadn't realised this and spent a lot of time trying to get bullets into my gun. So the keys are kind of obvious when you think about it, but not really. So to pick things up off the ground, it's G for get. Okay, it's fairly logical. But to put the magazine in the gun is Z. Then you have to rack the gun, which is R, and then you can fire it. But you also have to put bullets into magazines, and it's just incredibly complicated when you first start out. So the first half hour of the game is probably just working out how the guns work. Now as you can see, the gun just floats in the air, so sometimes you've got a semi-automatic, sometimes you've got a revolver, sometimes you've got a torch, sometimes you haven't got a torch. If you don't start with a torch, then you can find them on the floor. As well as bullets, you can find bullets on the floor as well. Bullets look an awful lot like spent cartridges, but you can't pick spent cartridges up, and you can pick up unused bullets. But as you can see, when you first get into the game, trying to work out how the guns work is almost impossible, and this is the menu when you press escape. But as you can see, there's no key list in here, and there's no binding of keys either. So what I have to do is exit the game and then look at the key bindings on the loader. In fact, I ended up writing them down and then coming back into the game. This time, as you can see, I've started with a revolver and a torch. Now, usually your gun isn't pointed in front of you. You have to press the right mouse button and that will aim the gun. So why do you need a gun? Well, there are enemies out here. It's just the enemies are little turrets and drones, or those are the only ones that I've come across. But when you first come across them, you don't really know what they are. So here you can see a turret, and I go, ah, that's a turret, shoot it. But the turrets are really accurate and really deadly. When I respawn, I start in a different area. Now I don't know if these levels are generated when you first come in, or whether it's the same level and I just keep visiting different areas of it. It is quite a nice looking game. It's very basic, but the levels are lit well and they're quite cleanly designed. I'm assuming that a lot of the assets in the game, as they only took 7 days to make it, are from libraries. But the gun models seem pretty good and the lighting effects are really good, especially when you're using a torch. Here's another lesson that I learnt playing this game, and that is, don't forget to check you've got bullets in your gun. Most games are nice enough to start you with bullets in your gun, but not this one. So I aim my gun, put around the corner, shoot, and it goes bang. Excellent. Put around the corner again and it goes click. So you do need to check what bullets you have in your gun. And even if you fully load your gun and start firing, the game isn't going to tell you how many bullets there are in your gun. You've got to check the back of the magazines or open up the gun and try and spot which bullets have been fired. This game gives you no feedback at all. If you try and find a UI, well, apart from the 2 magazines that are now on the screen, that's all the UI you get. When you pick up bullets, it does tell you how many bullets you have that aren't in the magazines, but that's all it's telling you. Now you may be thinking, well, what is the point of receiver? And that is a very good question, because trying to work out what the game is about is also quite tricky. Now you can look online and find out what the game is about and what the objective is, but that would be kind of spoiling things. I'm assuming that the point of the game is to kind of jump in and try and work out what's going on. In a few moments I'm about to die again to a turret, because again I haven't worked out how to get bullets into my own gun properly. So when I die, I'll cut this video off and we can have a talk about receiver without ruining the storyline and objective of the game. So this part is just going to be about receiver, what I think of it and where you can get it. Now when I go back to the gameplay, that won't have any commentary on it, but it will give you some clues as to what the game is about. Right, so at the time of making this video, it's available on Steam and it's available on the Humble Bundle. Now on Steam it's £3.99 in the UK, but on the Humble Bundle it's free. It's part of their end of summer sale, so if you watch this video at the time it's being made, you may well be able to go and grab a copy of Receiver for free. Now, is Receiver worth paying for? Well, I think it's $5 normally, or £4 like it is on Steam, and I found it pretty entertaining for a few hours. Now, you know, for the price of a fancy coffee, a few hours entertainment is pretty good. Is it a game I would go back to and play a lot? Probably not. But this is a game that will grow and develop. It was made over 7 days and they have put a few enhancements in it since then, but they are working on a different title, so I imagine Receiver is going to be a bit of a sideline and it may never get updated again. But for the amount of work that's gone into it and the enjoyment I got from it, I'd say it's worth the few dollars or few pounds that it costs to buy. It's obviously going to be given away free on the Humble Bundle or get a big discount at Steam at various times. So pick up Receiver because it's a very interesting take on the shooter genre. It is a bit hard to do a review of a game when you don't want to really give away what the game is about. But having played Receiver and got several hours enjoyment out of it, I can say that in my opinion it is worth the small amount of money they're asking for it. And if you can get it for free or get it at a discount price, then certainly get a copy of Receiver and give it a try. If you don't want to know at least a hint as to what the objective of Receiver is, then stop this video now, go and do something else, because what's about to come up is some more gameplay which gives you more hints and clues as to what Receiver is about. And that's going to be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you are listening to this tape, it means you have survived the mind kill. Previous attempts to listen to this tape would have found it blank, but now it contains immediate instructions of your difficult path forward. This is the time that we have prepared for. Take a moment now to find your firearm. Some of you will be familiar with firearms from our training camp, but more recent receivers will have focused on mind tech in order to survive the mind kill event. In either case, please take a moment to confirm that the firearm you have been issued is in working order and contains one full magazine. You have also been issued one tape deck with headphones and 2 AA batteries. Once you have checked your equipment, leave the safe cell. Keep moving and be careful. The threat will have dreamed kill drones near your location. Your crude world is not the true reality. Your physical body here is the shadow cast by your transcendent mind. We call this higher plane Reality A, and your world of shadows Reality B. If you are receiving this message in a fictional context, you are at an even deeper level, one that we cannot reach. Because your body is a shadow of your mind, when your mind dies, your body will vanish. In the normal order of your world, death is merely a transition in which your mind is set free. But for victims of the coming mind kill, there is only oblivion.
So there you are, that's Receiver. It's a complicatedly simple, confusing game. That's the best description I can give you of it. Thanks for watching.